Hey guys, it's Marissa, kitchentablestamper.com. I'll give you a few minutes to get in here, but this is what we're making today. This is adorable little gift box. Let me show you what's inside. Happy Friday, everybody. I can't resist. I had to do just one more project with this snail mail suite before it's gone. I found these adorable little silicone snail cup markers. So they mark your mug. You know, I got the blue one. They also hold your tea. So you've got your tea. You put your little snail on the string, and then when you pour your boiling water in, your tea bag doesn't get sucked in and the tag get all wet. So if you're having tea with a friend and you both got the red mug, one can have the blue snail and one can have the pink snail, and it marks your mug, holds your tea bag from falling in. Are they not just the cutest thing you ever saw? I found them on Amazon and they've inspired this little gift box that we're going to do today. Looks like you guys are getting in here. Hey, happy Friday. You guys ready for the weekend? I'm ready for the weekend. I linked over in the description or in this video and the post that goes with this live video where I found these. They're from Amazon. I thought they'd be really cute for tea gifts when we get back to craft fairs, or for my tea loving friends. Let me show you my little gift box for today. So it just opens so you can tie and untie. We've got our little snail cup markers that hold the little tea bags and a couple of my favorite Trader Joe English breakfast tea. I like that one. I like the salted caramel too. That's another one of my favorites. And then two of these little Bischoff biscuits wrapped up. So 2 cookies, 2 tea bags, 2 cup markers, all in this cute little gift box. Karen says, so cute. Thank you. Hey, Gina, how are you? All right, so this is our little box for today. Little everything sweet for the people in your life who drink the tea. And you could definitely put more tea bags and more snail markers in this box. The little snail markers are 5 different colors. You get 30 of them, so you get 6 sets from Amazon. So you could absolutely fit a full set of the little markers in here if you didn't want to do just 2 cookies, 2 teas, and then you could do the 6 little cup markers. All right, let me start out with my designer series paper here. So these Bischoff biscuits, the little 2 packs, you can get them at the Dollar Tree. I think you get 6 2-packs at the Dollar Tree. You can also get them on Amazon individually wrapped like that. And then to decorate them, we're just going to take 2 by 4 1/4 of the Snail Mail designer series paper. This one is still available as of this morning. While supplies last. I love this paper and it's just so cute. So cute with your cards, with the snail mail that you send, but when you have the little silicone snail tea markers and make a treat. Oh my gosh, right? All right, so we're just gonna put a little tear and tape on one end. I like to center it over the top and then just wrap. You're gonna wrap 2 of these guys for this project, but I'm not gonna wrap 2 on the video. I'll just show you. The ends will meet. You'll have a little bit of an overlap, but it's the perfect size to just cover the label. Okay, so there's our designer series paper wrap cookies. Then for the box itself, all right, the box itself, I've got 2 squares here. All right, the template photo will be in the project sheet, which is always helpful. The bottom, the base of the box is 6 1/4 square, and then scored all the way around at 1 1/2. That's basic gray. And then the lid for my box is 4 13/16 square. I know the 16ths are a pain, but it's really important when you're doing a lidded box to have that extra 1/16 of an inch. So bear with me. When you cut the 4 13/16 square, then you can just score around at 3/4. And that makes the scoring easier if you just cut the box that 1/16 of an inch bigger than this opening. All right, so let's go ahead and score these up. I'm going to pop my 4 13/16 designer series paper into my Simply Score, and I'm going to score at 3/4 of an inch all around. And the reason why I'm doing that instead of scoring at 3/4 of an inch and then trying to figure out the other side is because this budged up against the rail on the left and on the top ensures that this is 3/4 of an inch, and this is the exact same 3/4 of an inch, and this is the exact same 3/4 of an inch, and 4 times around you've got 3/4 of an inch that's been measured against a 90-degree corner, 2 solid, stable measuring guides, which means that all 4 sides of your box are going to be exactly that same 3/4 of an inch. Your corners are going to match up nicely. One side isn't going to be any longer than the other. So that's why I do the all 4 sides. You could easily here say, okay, well, if I did 1 1/2 and then I did 4 3/4, that would be 1 1/2. But the thing is, your box could end up a little bit lopsided if your paper is even a fraction of an inch off. So that's why I do boxes like this, 1 1/2, 1 1/2, and go all the way around, because then the lid of the box is even all the way around, and the sides of the box will be even all the way around. Is that clear? You guys understand that? It's easy enough math to say 1 1/2 and 4 3/4, but if your paper has any slop in it at all, then your box will accentuate that slop instead of hide it. All right, so there's all 4 sides at 1 1/2. And it's pretty simple from here. It's just a square lidded box. We're gonna use our bone folder. We're gonna burnish these score lines on both papers. And then we're going to trim. I need some scissors. Super simple. We're just going to take out these score lines, 4 of them. You want to make sure that they go the same direction. So we're going to take these 2 out, and you see that I take just a little bit of cardstock out here. This cardstock that's been scored and scarred and folded, we get that out of there and debulk. And then we got to go 180 degrees. You want to make sure that you're 180 degrees. You don't want to turn 90 degrees and start cutting. 180, straight across from the other cuts. Take out these little score lines too. So that's what we're looking for. Get those out of here. Now this one, I've got a pattern that has a directional, it definitely has to go in this direction. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut this one like this. So with the pattern facing its proper orientation toward me, I'm going to cut out the little score. I'm going to turn around, and then same thing, 180 degrees, stop at the intersecting score line and take out the bulk. That's our box. Now we need a lot of tear and tape to hold it together. So these guys, what I'm gonna do here is I do use quite a bit of tear and tape. You can use multi-purpose liquid glue here if you've got a few seconds to hold each of the tabs. But when this comes together, I want the adhesive to be right along the edge here so that this edge is sealed. When you're putting this on your box, then when you're putting the lid on the box, there's an adhesive barrier. It won't get caught. Where if you leave it open there at the end, it can get caught on the edges and bring your box lid apart, you see? So right along the bottom edge there. And then if you're like me and you're kind of crazy, I do a little equal sign for extra support. And that's what I'm going to do with all the tabs on both of the boxes, that little equal sign. All right, so then the same with this guy. We're going to do so that this right here, we want the adhesive right along the edge here. So then this is sealed and less likely to, when you're putting the lid on, catch between. See what I'm saying? If I had to just tell you that or write that, that would be terrible. I'm glad I have one here so I can show you. All right, now I need my handy dandy take your pick tool. We're going to just remove these and square up our box. Whoop. caught the live 2 days in a row. I'm on a roll. You sure are, Deidre. I'm glad to see you. We're doing a cute little treat box today. And I've wrapped up little Bischoff cookies. There's 2 packs. I found mine at the Dollar Tree. You can get, I don't remember if it's, I think it's 8 2-packs at the Dollar Tree. Could be 6 though. It's been a little while since I bought these. You can find them on Amazon too if you want to just have them delivered with the little mug markers. And the mug markers, tea, and cookies make an adorable little gift presentation. All right, so these are ready. I'll just square this guy up and make a nice little box. I love it. All right, and the same thing with the top. All right, then we're going to go this way and fold these guys up. All right, so here's our little lid. All right, let me get this guy in here and just show you again. If you're just joining us, this is our gift box. It's a little lidded box, and the ribbon just comes right off, but it's sandwiched in underneath our focal image. And inside, we have these adorable little mug markers. I did a little 2-pack with some tea, and then 2 little Biscoff cookies wrapped with the snail mail paper. Now, it's your choice if you want to do just 2 cookies and 2 packets of tea and 2 of the mug markers, but the mug markers come in 5 colors, and they will all fit if you wanted to give a whole set as a gift, and they'll all fit in there just fine. All right, so let's get our lid back on. Oh, love. All right, put that guy aside for a minute. I'm gonna decorate our cover, but first I wanna tie with some ribbon. I thought since we had the gray for the bottom, I would go with this shimmer ribbon. It is gray granite, and I'm going to wrap it all the way around the box and then tie my bow. And then we're going to work right on top of the box. So when I tie my bow, I'm going to go all the way to the edge, tie it kind of snug, lift up, don't twist, over the top, tuck and pull, and then to give it some finesse, I'm going to pull the loops. So there's our ribbon. I thought a gift box needed to be wrapped in ribbon with a great big bow. And trim the ends. Now we've got to secure it. So I'm going to get my dimensionals, and I love the minis because they've got these great big edges here. So we're going to take 2 nice slices of this thick edge. Do you see that? This is such a handy tool for box makers. We're going to put a strip and then put another strip. So that will adhere our focal piece, and it's now secured the ribbon to the top of the box, so it can be tied and untied. You can open and close and get into that treat. All right, let me put this guy aside for just a minute. Let's do some stamping. Lisa says, love that ribbon. Do you know, I just ordered it for the very first time the other day, and it's such a good neutral. It ties wonderful. It's kind of thick, but it ties wonderful. And it's got just a gentle sparkle that's not real rough. Some of Stampin' Up's sparkly ones right now are real rough. And so I love this ribbon too. It was a good choice. Let me get some basic white. And I have Memento Tuxedo Black. We're gonna do our snails. Hey Veronica, I'm glad you're here. Connie says she puts the lives on her cell phone calendar. Always fun to watch from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm so glad. That's a good hack for Facebook's notifications, because I don't think that Facebook's notifications always come through for us. So you use your cell phone calendar. That's awesome. I've just started using mine with the alarms a little bit more. It really does help me keep myself together. All right, so we got our little snail. Let's do our little hello. We want to stamp them far enough apart that we can die cut it all at one time. So a little speech bubble and then hello. All these images are from the Snailed It stamp set, and this is available while supplies last right now. So cute. We're going to use the snail dies to cut these out and to make our little dimensional mushrooms. Look at these guys. Aren't they cute? Snail dies are on sale right now while supplies last. They're $15 for the snail dies, down from $30. So they're half price right now. Really awesome deal. All right, let me move this away. We're gonna color and then cut my Stampin' Blends for this project: Daffodil Delight, Pool Party, Real Red. And I'm going to do, I think I'm just gonna go dark Pool Party for my snail. No blending, just fill in the body. So because of that, I'm gonna do the detail with the small end and then switch to the brush and fill. I don't almost hardly ever use the brush. I've got a really heavy hand. But this guy is gonna get just good fill with Pool Party. Isn't that so neat with the Stampin' Blends? You can get such a nice smooth fill. Very professional. And then the gifts, we're gonna skip to the little gifts on the snail's back here so that we can give the edge of that blue some time to dry before we start coloring the shell. I'm gonna do a coat light and then a dark Daffodil Delight kind of across the top and left, and then bring it together. I love these dudes. They're just too cute. Connie says, love the tip using the small dimensional strips, and still practicing on tying my bows like you. Your bows are always perfect. It's a method, I promise you. The biggest thing to remember is no twisting. We don't twist anything, and we go over the top. Not over the front, not over the bottom, always over the top. Don't twist, go over the top. You'll have a good bow every time. All right, this guy is Real Red. We're just gonna fill with the light Real Red. I don't dare use the brush tip here because I don't have really good control. I have a heavy hand, so I always use the bullet, even for a big area like this. And then we're gonna do a little bit of shadow, not too much. We're not gonna get too crazy with the coloring. I'm gonna go over the lines with the dark Real Red and then do a little shadow where the body and the shell meet. Just kind of a crescent shadow there. And bring it together with the light. That's it, that's my coloring. Let's get the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and we're gonna do some cutting with the snail dies, which are just some of my favorites for a few reasons. I love the images, and of course we can cut them out with the snail dies. I've got my little speech bubble here. We can cut that out. And we've got our little snail, but it's also got some really cute stuff, a tiny little envelope, and then this little postage rectangle that we're going to use on the top. So I cut this one ahead using the snail dies. This is that little envelope. Such a cute embellishment or focal on a card. And then the little postage. It's a little bit rectangle. It's not quite square. And then I got two little mushrooms. So we're going to cut two of those. Let's run this through, give it a crank. I always lose the clear plate because it's clear. Do you guys spend a lot of time looking for your clear plate because you put it down and see through it? Kathy says, clever mug marker. Does it work on cups too? I tried it on a wine glass last night and it doesn't. It slides around the glass. It's too loose and then it hits you in the face. But so you definitely need that thickness of a mug. If you've got a really thick glass, I know some people have very thick tumblers, then it might work on a tumbler, but definitely not on a wine glass. All right, so we've got our little snail here and our hello. Now from these white mushrooms, we want to keep these 4 little bits right here. We're not going to use the mushroom for this round, just the inside pieces. Oh, look, I got a little mushroom stuck in there. Let's pop that guy out. So put this little white one aside. When you're mixing and matching and making multicolor mushrooms, that might come in handy. I usually just throw those pieces in the stamp case. We want to now cut 2 red ones. We're gonna run this mushroom 3 times, 2 red, 2 white, and 2 gray granite. But save these for just a minute. And to make your life easier, save 4 of them in one pile and 4 in the other so you don't have to unscramble them. We're gonna do a little, forget what that's called. We're gonna fill in the negative image. So hold on to those little white ones. That's the tricky part. You could, if you wanted to, glue this little red part that's coming out to a piece of white and cut it out so the white shows through the back. If that's, if you're not interested in the replacing the parts. So here's our little red mushrooms, and then we need little gray ones. Put these with those white pieces. These little red ones we can throw away. We're not going to use these this time. So I'll just get rid of those negative bits. We saved the white negative bits. And then now we need some gray. One more crank. Trust me, they're so cute. They're worth it. We're going to build the cutest little mushroom embellishments. Okay, so we've got our mushrooms. We've got gray ones, red ones, and then some white bits. One of these will fit perfectly on the back of the red. So we're just going to pop that on there, just like that. Now, all the sticky is showing in those little ribs from the dimensional, and we'll just pick up that little piece and drop it right on this adhesive from the dimensional. And then when you got it in there, just burnish down, grab the next piece, and repeat. So now you've got the adhesive on the front of the dimensional. That's what you're using to adhere those little ribs right back in. I know that there's a name for this technique where you fill the negative pieces back into the die, but I can't remember it for the life of me right now. And some people do use a little piece of press and seal to pick up the little negative pieces, but there's so little for this one, and they go together fast because it's only 4, so I just pick them right up off the plate and then stick them back in using my take your pick tool. So there's that. Then what I do, cut off the red stem, peel the dimensional, and then adhere to the gray stem. Look at how cute that mushroom is. Oh, just the cutest thing. So the mushroom top's got some dimensional, and then the stem is a nice neutral color, kind of a real woodland color combination too. So it'd be a cute embellishment to use with your little woodland projects. All right, there's our mushrooms. Let's bring back in our box for a minute here. So I cut the little stitched postage square. It's a little bit rectangle, so watch your orientation. And we're gonna put some designer series paper. My designer series paper is 2 by 2 1/8. So it's a little bit taller than it is wide. Glue that down with some multi-purpose liquid glue. Rebecca says, puzzle piecing, inlay. That's right. It takes a second, but it really is a cute, it brings a cute texture to everything. We're gonna just lay this one so that it's inside the stitches. Don't cover your stitches. And I can peel the adhesive on the top of the box. And I'm going to add a little bit of dimensionals down the center. So just a line, 1, 2, 3, down the center of our postage stamp. And then adhere to the box. I did a little bit right of center. Where's our snail? All right, snails and hello need some dimensionals. The hello is going to go off the postage square, so be careful that you don't put your adhesive all the way to the edge. Maybe go halfway. See? Leave that side. And then for our snail, I love this little box, and I love these little mug markers. All right, there's mini dimensionals for my snail, and we'll pop her right on. Leave room for your mushrooms. Should bring my other little box top in here. This is what we're making. And then my speech bubble, that's gonna go past the edge. Now my mushrooms, I'm gonna glue one down flat. We got some of that adhesive right there from the dimensionals. That'll grab too, but we'll add a little bit at the top and on the mushroom butt. And this guy goes up a little bit. Now I need a half a dimensional. Where's my, I don't want to use ribbon scissors on dimensionals. That would be a crime. But we're gonna take half a dimensional on the stem of this guy, or as we like to call it, but we need a little bit of glue just on the top. Now, the top of the mushroom is going to go over the snail's body, so that's going to go down with the multi-purpose liquid glue, but we have a little bit of dimensional on the mushroom butt, and there's our box. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness. Now, if you haven't seen these, they're still, as of this morning, in good supply. These are the resin heart embellishments. You get, let's see, 150 hearts, white and red, and they are currently on sale for half price. They were $7. They're now $3.50. So a really fantastic embellishment, and a great thing to pick up looking forward towards Valentine's Day. Of course, you can use them on anything. Used them a lot with the hot dog stamp set. They're very versatile. You can use them for everyday stuff for sure. But Valentine's Day is coming, so why not have $3.50 heart embellishments instead of $7 heart embellishments next year? Oh, who am I kidding? We're going to buy the $7 ones next year too, because they're going to be super cute. But then we'll have lots of hearts. I'm going to see how I'm going to fit 3 of them on this one. Every project is just a little bit different, and I want 3 little hearts, but I'm going to have to put them up a little higher, I think, than the first one. Maybe over a little bit more. Maybe all of them up there. Yeah, pretty good. So there's our little box. What do you guys think? We got the cookies, and where's my little packet? Little tea and the snails. And go right inside, and there's your little gift. Please make more. I don't want to go back to cleaning. Oh no, Jackie, I'm sorry. As long as it's not cleaning bathrooms. Let me tie this guy up so I can get a good picture after. I'll have a project sheet for you on the blog this afternoon. And then I'll either share this video on the blog with the replay or get you a clean one depending on how it turns out. If you guys have any questions about anything, reach out. Marisa@kitchentablestamper.com is my email address. You can get these amazing resin hearts, the snail dies, and Snailed It Bundle even, while supplies last. MarisaAlvarez.stampinup.net. And yeah, you guys, I'm so excited. I hope that you liked the project. The little gift item, the snails, the link to those is right on this post if you're curious and you want to buy some of those to make some gift items. I found them on Amazon. All right, you guys, have a great weekend. If I can do anything to help you stay crafty, reach out. I'll see you next Thursday in the Craft Social for some stamping fun and games, and next Friday at noon live right here. Have a great weekend. Bye, guys.